Alrighty, next game up is the Chargers and the Chiefs, and man, oh man, this is starting to be, we kind of predicted it. We kind of predicted it. We said it, and we did kind of buy into it. I think we put that on our, let's see, did we put this officially on our 2021 season predictions? That we said that Patrick Mahomes would kind of follow the same kind of cycle that Russell Wilson has followed, of coming onto the scene hot, his first couple of seasons, winning a Super Bowl, getting to a second, losing that second Super Bowl, literally, word for word, bar for bar, for what Patrick Mahomes has done here. But what has happened with Russell Wilson? He hasn't been back to the Super Bowl in 5-6 years. We're kind of seeing the same trend here by Patrick Mahomes. And I know it's only 3 games into the season and we may be overreacting, but so far this is all we can talk about. We can only talk about 3 games. So we're talking week by week here, breaking everything down. So what do we got here? Do we have this officially up here? Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. We got anything like that? Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs take a slight step back, lose first in the second playoff game. So is that the only... Okay, so we didn't really write it down, but we have, said this a couple of times right here. Did not officially write it down. All right, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? But back to this Chargers-Chiefs game where, Patrick Mahomes throws an interception, 2 interceptions, and does he lose the fumble? Tyreek Hill lost the fumble. Clyde Hillaire lost the fumble. So a lot of turnovers here by the Chiefs in the first half, and then they cleaned it up in the second half, made it competitive like classic Chiefs fashion. I think there was a game last season that followed kind of like to a T of what the Chiefs did yesterday, of just losing a lot of turnovers in the first half, and everybody kind of writing off the Chiefs, saying, oh my goodness, they're going to lose and they're looking so bad, but then they come back and almost win the game. I think they ended up winning that game last season. They lose this game this season because of the balls on the coaching staff here by the Chargers. Let me get up the Chargers head coach's name quickly. Blanking on the name real quick, but I got to give this man credit for going for it on fourth down instead of taking the field goal. Now, not the greatest decision overall, because he still left time on the clock after picking up that 4th and 9. They could have just kind of ran out the ball and then kicked the game-winning field goal, but then they end up scoring a touchdown. So not the best clock management here by the Chargers head coach, but overall, real great kind of confident ability. Hey, to beat the Chiefs, you need to score touchdowns. You need to be aggressive. So for that, Brandon Staley, the head coach for the Chargers, I give him credit, but the clock management definitely could have been shored up a little bit. But hey, at the end of the day, you won the game. You got it done. Credit to Brandon Stanley. So well done there by Brandon Staley. Give that man some credit. All right, now let's start here with the Chiefs. But Patrick Mahomes goes 27 of 44. Is that good completion percentage? Let's take a look. Here we go. 27 of 44 is 61% completion percentage. Not great there by Patrick Mahomes. 260 yards and only 27 completions. That's a little bit of dink and dunk for Patty Mahomes out there. 3 touchdowns, which was great, but the 2 interceptions. First interception comes here on their first drive of the game, and unfortunately the Chargers don't take advantage of that turnover. But then we get a fumble here. Who fumbled the ball the first time? We get Tyreek Hill fumbling the ball, and we don't like that. We call Tyreek Hill the best receiver in the NFL. You can't be fumbling the ball like that. What are you doing? And that's when the Chargers take advantage of that turnover and score a touchdown. Now, unfortunately, they do miss the extra point, but they still took advantage of the fumble. Next drive here is a Clyde Hillaire fumble, who fumbled last week on the game-winning potential drive against the Ravens. So this man has fumbled back-to-back in big spots here. Last week, in the fourth quarter, on the last drive, trying to win the game, he fumbles. Now this game, they're down 6. They're just coming off of an interception, which is coming off of a fumble, and then they fumble again. So Clyde Hillaire, you are kind of expendable here on this team. Don't kind of say, hey, you're only in your second year. You didn't do anything great, like extraordinary, your rookie year that can kind of, give you some free passes here early in the season for the fumble. So you, my man, need to clean up the turnovers 100%. Please do something here. I don't want to see another fumble by Clyde Hillaire for the rest of the season. I'll give him a 6-week stretch. You can't fumble for the next 6 weeks, and then if you fumble maybe once or twice after 6 weeks from now, we'll give you maybe one more chance, but I need to see a solid stretch where this man doesn't fumble the ball. So he fumbles the ball, and then they go down and score a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to make it 14-0. So for that, once again, great credit for the Chargers, making the Chiefs pay for every single turnover or the bulk of their mistakes. So for that, give credit to Justin Herbert, the play calling offensively, the head coach getting that team right and kind of drilling it in the head of, hey, we need to score right now. This is a huge, important drive. Everybody must be on their bullshit, and they were for back-to-back drives. So well done for the Chargers, making the Chiefs pay, especially on the road. Fantastic. All right, let's see where this second interception is coming from, and it comes in the fourth quarter where it was a tie ball game with 2 minutes left. Chiefs just have to go down and win the game, but he throws an interception, and then that's when the Chargers get kind of crazy, get a little bit of crazy. They were going to go for it on 4th and 4, but then they have a 5-yard penalty, and they still go for it on 4th and 9 from the Chiefs' 35-yard line. We're not kicking field goals and leaving 48 seconds on the clock for Patrick Mahomes. What are you, nuts? We're going for it on 4th and 9, and they do, and they get it, and they win the game because of it. So well done, the Stones, on Brandon Stanley, folks. Man, oh man. And got to give credit to Justin Herbert as well for leading the charge on that drive as well. So, man, oh man, we love Justin Herbert. You know, this Chargers team is winning games early in the season, so truly this Chargers team is making themselves true competitors right here. And man, oh man, Brandon Staley, we know kind of the narrative around this Chargers team is they lose the close games, you know, with oh man, I'm blanking on the head coach of last season for the Chargers, Anthony Lynn. You know, that's why he got fired, because he was losing the close games. Maybe Brandon Stanley got here. He's like, I can't lose this close game. We had the history. You know, I'm probably not going to be fired my first year for losing 1 or 2 or 3 close games. They're not going to do that. But, you know, I don't want to go down that hole. I don't want to start, you know, losing close games. So I'm going to be aggressive here. The Chargers haven't been that aggressive in the last 3 years under Anthony Lynn, and they were aggressive here. So it all pays off. High risk, high reward, and the man just beat the Chiefs. Holy moly, that's one of the biggest rewards you can get in the NFL. So, man, oh man, Chargers, folks, very well done. But let's finish the Chiefs here, and then we'll get to all the Chargers action, where Justin Herbert had a pretty solid game. Clyde Edwards-Hillaire, 17 carries for 100 yards. That's so great, but you fumble the ball. Man, oh man, can't be doing that. And then it results into 7 points. Patrick Mahomes, 4 rushes for 45 yards, picking up some nice first downs. Darrell Williams, 7 carries for 28 yards rushing. Alrighty, and then the leading receivers here for the Chiefs. Once again, Travis Kelce, 7 receptions for 104 yards. Tight ends doing what they do. Tyreek Hill, 5 receptions for 56 yards. A little bit of a lockup there. Mecole Hardman, 3 receptions for 33 yards, 1 touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 2 receptions for 17 yards. So, solid outing here by everybody's. Just, unfortunately, those turnovers got the better of them. Chiefs had 3 turnovers in this game, only lose by 6, folks. I don't believe the Chargers turned over the ball at all this game. They did not. Fantastic. Cleanless, flawless game, and it still went down to the wire, and they still had to go for it on 4th and 9 to overcome Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and company, and when they turned over the ball 3 times. This is how hard it is to beat the Chiefs, folks. So the Chargers did everything right. Give them credit. All right, now let's start talking about these Chargers players. Yes, sir. Chargers, Justin Herbert, man, 26 of 38. What do we got? 68% completion percentage. Absolutely perfect. 281 yards. Fantastic there. 4 touchdowns. Yes, you read that right. 4 touchdowns, folks. No interceptions. We saw him throw red zone interceptions last week. Clean that up. 4 touchdowns. No turnovers. Flawless game by Justin Herbert. And man, oh man, this man is coming alive this season. Finally getting here this season. Justin Herbert is ready to kind of be like, hey, I'm the best of the young group out here. I am the best of the young new group. These rookies this year are all playing really, really badly. The rookies from last year, Joe Burrow did really, really well. These rookies from last year are really doing good. Unfortunately, Tua, we can't see him. How unfortunate. But Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert's the best so far. Joe Burrow's looking real solid. And Jalen Hurts plays tonight, so we'll see a little bit of him. But yeah, man, oh man, Justin Herbert, great game. Austin Eckler, 11 rushes for 55 yards. Justin Herbert ran 4 times for 16 yards. Dual threat ability, get that going, kid. Yes, sir, love it. 4 yards a carry, we love it. Dual threat designation there for Herb. All right, let's see who Herbert was throwing the ball to. Leading receiver here for the Chargers is Mike Williams, 7 receptions, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Second leading receiver here, Austin Eckler, the running back, 6 receptions for 52 yards and a touchdown. And then going to Keenan Allen, 8 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown. So literally utilizing all of his main weapons. Keenan Allen targeted 12 times. Mike Williams targeted 9 times. Those are their top 2 wide receivers, and they were the most targeted by far. The third leading targeted receiver was Austin Eckler at 6 targets, and that was a running back. So truly utilizing his weapons, and that's what we're all about here. When you have the weapons like that, you go to them time and time again. You trust them, and you trust your ability to give them the ball. That's why we're so big on Justin Herbert, and it pays off here against a Chiefs great team. So great win by this Chargers team, scoring off of turnovers, scoring in the second half, and clutching it up when they needed to. The drives after halftime, first drive is a 3-and-out, unfortunately, but then they get a touchdown, a field goal, and another touchdown, scoring 3 of their 4 second half drives and scoring on their final 3 drives of the game. That's what it takes to beat the Chiefs, folks, and the Chargers did it to a T. Followed this blueprint. It's a tough blueprint to follow because you need to force 4 turnovers, but that's what you have to do against the Chiefs, folks. So once again, huge credit, huge ups to Justin Herbert and Brandon Stanley getting it done. So the Chargers win by 6, 30-24.